Driving through the older inner city of Port Elizabeth, you can see the neglected buildings of a lost era, when these streets bustled with horse-drawn carts and ox wagons and tramways, tired employers on their way to their prospective vocations. Today we will visit another heritage site of the city, the Donkin Reserve. It was a grieving Sir Ruthven Donkin who arrived on these shores on the 5th of June 1820. He had lost his wife, Elizabeth, to a fever during their voyage from Meerkat, India. This is where Port Elizabeth stemmed its name. Like the Taj Mahal, this reserve and pyramid would be built as a monument to his love. On the pyramid rests a plaque reading, "To the memory of one of the most perfect of human beings, who has given her name to the town below. Aged not quite 28 years, a husband whose heart is still wrung with undiminished grief." I found these excerpts from Mr. C.G.H. Skeed from his 1939 journal, and it was his recollections of the early days of the town. While still very young, we boys often used to sit on the Donkin Reserve to watch the arrival of the mail steamers, which ran once a month to Algoa Bay. Strand Street, which is the street I just drove through at the start of the video, he says, was a dirty, rough place and a part of town to keep away from. Well, it is still the same for us today. It's not safe to walk alone down there. He goes on to say, when a big southeasterly gale raged, it was really a terrible sight. One would watch from the Donkin down at the sea, the ships pitching and heaving at their anchors. In no time, each ship was smashed to pieces in the fierce seas and collapsed like a pack of cards onto the beach. The death of a loved one brings us closer to life, to the thin veil between the living and the dead. If you want to know the gift of life, remember the dead, visit a graveyard, because it brings you to reality. The gift of life, the fact that we are alive. You never appreciate that until you see the dead, until you are confronted with death. Go to the graves, walk past those stones, look at the dates. How long did they live? And then you will see that some people only live 25 years, some 30 years, some 15. There's a baby there, 6 months old, and passed away. Born February 2020 and died August 2020. Some people live longer, some people live shorter, but you appreciate the fact that you're still alive. See yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. Sometimes in life we pass over the beauty that surrounds us, and we shift our focus to the things that chip away at our spirits. Gratitude is a funny thing. When we take life for granted and fail to show gratitude, our fearful minds let our ego take control. Don't die with your music still in you. Who better to quote than Thoreau? When he talked about some of us hear a different drummer and we must march to the music we hear. All of us have some music playing, uniquely ours, beating to the unique rhythm that is our own. And we all have a heroic mission, a journey that only we can partake in. There are no accidents in this universe. There's an intelligence that is a part of everything and everyone, and all of us are connected to it. Too many of us are afraid to follow that music and march to it. We all have a dream in our heads, a book we want to write, an adventure we want to embark on, a path we would rather take than the one we have inevitably found ourselves on. Start with gratitude, celebrate the moments that have got you here, and then lean in, lean up, reach out, and walk to the beat of your own soul.
Regardless of how hard the day was, regardless of which challenges you had to face during the day, it is just a very helpful practice to never forget and be grateful about your possibility, first of all, to just experience all of this. Because the day is about to end. It's good to still have some type of practice. That's what I call it. It's a practice of gratitude. Be thankful, be grateful for what happened on that day, regardless if it was a hard day or not. You are elsewise missing a big part of the purpose of why you're here, a big part of your sense of life. We can complain about all type of things the whole day long. But what helps me to realize sometimes is we can complain. We can complain and we can experience in the first place because we are somehow alive, because we have come into existence already. There are other, I don't know how to say it now. It sounds strange, but there are other beings maybe, they don't even have a body. They have never come alive. They have never been born. They cannot even complain. So you have been given this gift of being able to walk on this earth right now. So having the existence right now, being able to live this life right now already, that is quite a big, big gift.